Now, it wouldn't be too far to say that many of my viewers, or you guys, have watched and seen The Truth of Fashion Reps by Tripping. But I'm here to tell you the real truth, both debunking and affirming what Tripping has said. Before I get into this video, if you need an agent in China, look no further than SugarGoo. If you use my affiliate link down below, you guys will get shipping coupons and you'll always get amazing service. I've always had amazing service even before I was sponsored by them. Don't think I'm just selling out, I always have. You get 5 free HD photos and their service is great, quick, and they're soon to have a new website and an app. So if you guys do need an agent and you're new into reps, just look down below, got a link, and it'll set you right up. r/Fashionreps is the biggest replica discussion board on Reddit and in the world and has 637,000 members. Rep Sneakers has 500,000 members and is dedicated, obviously, more so to shoes. So what were the reasons that Tripping, a once well-respected member of the community and Fashionreps, to turn on them? The main reasons that he stated were: 1. Trusted sellers were being paid to be on the trusted sellers list. Number 2. SugarGoo was blacklisted. 3. Zat Jingle was taking money. And 4. We Go By basically owns the entire subreddit. The issue with this entire argument in the first place is that it's hard to prove this or that. Now I'm just going to give my kind of impartial opinion on a lot of this evidence, also taking notes that I've researched through discussing things with other people in the community as well. On to the first issue. Tripping says this:
These quote-unquote trusted sellers on this list are because they are paying the Fashionreps mod team to be on that list.
Essentially makes his first point of contention is that trusted sellers were being paid to be on these lists, and then in turn we're getting more sales and then feeding the pockets into the Rep Sneakers or the Fashionreps mod team. It was basically just a cycle. His main piece of evidence literally being that a blacklisted seller told him.
So reached out to now banned sellers, even getting a response and a confession. Hi, I noticed you are put on the blacklist from having your sneakers posted on r/Rep Sneakers. What happened to have you put on that list? Because we didn't pay any money to the mod this year.
Now, it would be quite easy to think. Okay, let me use BM Lin for example. BM Lin was actually blacklisted for doxing and things like that. BM Lin would be quite quick to say, oh yeah, I was just banned for paying, nothing else like that. His other piece of evidence is also PK Kim stating that she was paying to be on this list. Now, the only issue with it is that it's literally a very cropped screenshot where there just seems to be a large language barrier. And also to point out that PK Kim probably has workers on their Instagram and all this. So it's very far for Tripping to make this assumption immediately just off these few facts, or the facts that he was willing to put into the video that they're being paid in the first place, to the trusted seller list. But as we can actually see on Rep Sneakers, which I actually quite like now, is that they're now not trusted sellers, they're established sellers, and those are all true of all the people on that list. And I'm likely to say no one would want to be on a list that's established sellers or paid to be on it, because it's quite easy to know who an established seller in the community is at the moment. Also see in the community as well as people are moving away from trusted sellers with the creation of r/Rep budget sneakers and other things like that. To think that every single person getting to reps is always stupid enough to go to a trusted seller list, and that sellers only care about taking advantage of people through paying, is also kind of just saying these guys are money grubby when they are giving a service and they have been giving a good established service. If you want to go one by people that are blacklisted, I'm happy to go over that discussion with people, but there are reasons people are blacklisted, some more relevant and some than others. Now, Zach does have a response, and I've kind of weighed this. Don't come at me saying I'm being biased. I'm not. This is just the evidence he presented. He said or showed a screenshot on WeChat where an offer was to give him money, but he denied it. Now, this is not to say that this isn't the case or this isn't what's going on, but there's a very lack of evidence towards this fact, and I just want to go with, if there's no evidence or it's all conjecture, it's usually not the case. And there is cases previously where people or moderators of the subs, such as 8 and 6, were removed by Reddit themselves for taking money from sellers. So this is not the first time that people were accused or actually have done it, but I'm likely to sway now that they're not doing it, or if it is, it's very well hidden. Not wrong in the sense that SugarGoo is falsely blacklisted in my opinion, but SugarGoo has been able to grow without the use of the sub, which is a really great thing to see. I will say again, I don't think they should be blacklisted. I've gone over the reasons, I've looked through all the evidence personally, and it's very, very weak in a sense, and I've discussed it and tried to discuss it with people that accuse them of the things they did, and it's really gone not that far. So I will give credence to his argument, and I do believe that there is kind of we go by centric mentality on the subreddit. Now, one of the arguments I can give credence to for tripping, and I think he does articulates it quite well here,
to get a free $40 off your shipping cost by signing up using the Fashionreps link. Every time this affiliate link is used, allegedly, the Fashionreps mod team is getting 10% of every time you ship out a haul. Here are screenshots of a regular...
So on the right hand side of Fashionreps and Rep Sneakers, you can see affiliate links or affiliate ads. These affiliate ads go to different agents such as WeGoBuy. Easy to see as well on their website, you could see how much the highest affiliate for WeGoBuy is making, and is more than I can ever imagine to make in a year. The fact that they have this in the first place does make you consider, why is it that there aren't other agents being promoted? Now, I don't think it's a particularly bad thing per se, because I don't think WeGoBuy is offering a bad service. Do I think that it gives a mentality to new users that you can't use other agents? Yes. Are a lot of people randomly stumbling upon Fashionreps on Reddit anymore? Or is it really that they're coming from YouTubers such as myself, Tripping, CDAS, who are actually sponsored by Sugar Goo in the first place? So it doesn't really matter whether it's WeGoBuy centric or not at the moment. They're obviously getting some sort of subsidy if this is the case. I think it's a far stretch to associate this directly with WeGoBuy owning it. And
WeGoBuy has complete control over the subreddit and is playing around with the moderators like a puppet master.
First place, because there are other agents that have popped up and have been popular on the subreddit for periods of time, using alternatives such as CSS BY, for example. Now, Zat also addressed this in his response, and he said this: either way, the statements in said video are blatantly lies. The moderator team, which can be confirmed by you/WeGoBuy official, does not receive any payments from the agent for usage of the link in the guides. Instead, those links are used as statistical data. Just like many businesses, they want to know how much of their traffic comes from specific locations. Now, the issue with this is he doesn't show any concrete evidence. The difficulty with this specific thing is we're taking the word of WeGoBuy themselves, and I think that's just an issue. If Zat were to, for example, publicly show the affiliate login and the affiliate link so we could actually see that, that would be more so evidence to dispel this. Zat was accused of taking 4,000 USD from an agent and never refunding it. The issue with this is, once again, there's just this lack of evidence. Tripping doesn't really provide too much concrete evidence to the fact. He shows some WeChat messages, but at the same time, it's iffy at best.
Blacklisted agent found this out. Allegedly, Zat did not even refund the $4,000, kept it, and moved on. If this isn't shitty, then I don't know what is. Here's a screenshot between a moderator and an agent trying to negotiate a deal to be promoted. I know I could do better, but WeGoBuy won't let me talk about it.
A lot of the issue with the evidence quite generally is the conjecture within it. You have to piece one thing to another, and a lot of people, like if you use Occam's razor, can understand that this just doesn't make sense. The simplest solution is usually the solution. Now, once again, Zat has been a moderator for a very long time, and I am going to go over in a video the long story that Fashionreps has and Rep Sneakers has of controversy in its early days about chilling and stuff like that. Zat really didn't take money from what I can tell, because there's really no concrete evidence to it. If they are still taking money, they're doing it really below table. To conclude this video, I think I'm going to go over a few things. So I'm going to go over each reason and basically the evidence I present on both sides, and my takeaway from it as someone that's done the research and looked into it, talking to many sources, is that there really have been iffy blacklistings on the subreddit, and there are very things that can be put into question, right? Like Sugar Goo's blacklisting. But at the same time, did Zat take money directly from an agent and never refunded? Is trusted sellers buying to be on the subreddit? Really? There's literally no evidence to it. Maybe one day we will see the truth, and maybe that will be the case, but time can tell. Do I think it's actually quite hypocritical at the same time to make this accusation? I really do. Replica YouTubers across YouTube take money from Sugar Goo in turn for promotion. Again, Sugar Goo is an amazing company, so I don't think that's an issue. But to turn around and then basically knock on someone else's hustle, if that's the case, or say all these terrible things, you look more money grubby for your agent to be promoted over others. Following this video, Tripping was asked to have a discussion about this with Linless and other moderators on the subreddit. According to accounts I'd heard, he skipped out because he had a hamster's funeral while CDAS stepped in. The entire point was just a point I made previously was what was being said. The main takeaway from this is that no one's particularly right or wrong in this situation. There's no evidence to point to each way, and you can assume either way the malice that maybe Fashionreps Mods has or the malice that Tripping had in making this video. It is sketchy to an extent with the affiliate links. It's very hard to assume either way, and no rational mind cannot say, oh, let's just believe one side immediately. But Fashionreps as a subreddit has gave many of us an amazing opportunity to learn about replicas and other items. Do I think they need to promote in certain cases more research into certain sellers? Yes, and that's why I think the move to call it an established sellers list versus a trusted sellers list makes it a lot better for new users. So there it is. That is the truth of Fashionreps. I think it's always good to be skeptical about people in positions of power, and this is exactly what Tripping did. Was this entire video just exposing Tripping? No, it wasn't, because he was never exposed. I just said that some of his examples were not concrete, and they could be improved if evidence were to ever arise. Other than that, I really just think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this informed you guys and gave you guys more of a perspective on what's the truth about Fashionreps, instead of seeing one video and immediately believing it like basically every single person that saw that video did. And yeah, guys, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and peace out.